today's video, I'm driving the 2016 BMW 340i with the M Sport package.
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on
So the front end of the 340i is very aggressive. You have your M Sport bumper. Come to the front, BMW really worked on the cooling aspect of this car, because being that these engines are high performance, a lot of heat comes out of them, so you want to be able to cool that car down as much as possible. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a functioning air scoop, one on the left and one on the right, to cool those brakes down. Over here, there's another functioning air scoop. Air comes around here, out the back, around, to make it as aerodynamic as possible. What I like is this, what I've noticed is this single line that you can follow. It's kind of a nice crease that goes all the way around to the back, and it ends in the tail light, and you can follow that line all the way around to the back of the car, which I think is an awesome touch. The engine in this car is an inline 6-cylinder with 320 horsepower and around 330 pound-feet of torque. It's turbocharged. This engine is a new engine to BMW. It's called the B58, which replaces the old N55. The car does 0 to 60 in about 4.8 seconds, matted with this new ZF 8-speed transmission. I recently drove the F80 BMW M3. That car that I drove had a dual clutch in it. I've noticed that shifting times between the ZF and the dual clutch are pretty close. Right now I have the car in comfort mode, I have it in drive, and this ZF transmission is silky smooth. I've been reading in some articles and different things online, similar with Motor Trend, and they all said that the transmission in this car is very, very smooth. And when you're just cruising along, you don't even feel the car shifting gears. And I think as an aspect of a car this is a sporty car, and this is also a car of comfort, having that for around town and on the highway is awesome. Because if you have a clunky gearbox, for example, I drove one of the older X5Ms in one of my previous videos. That car had a single clutch gearbox, and whenever I would use the paddles and shift, my body would move back and forward. And I think that part of that is exciting. If you look at like an Aventador or one of those cars with single clutch gearboxes, that massive clunk that you get when you shift gears would be exciting in something like that. But for an everyday car, after a while, you would get really annoyed. So that's why with these dual clutches and now the ZF transmissions, you want it to be nice and smooth, and that's really enjoyable while you're driving. The interior is finished off very nicely. Being that this car is an M Sport, has the M Sport steering wheel with the signature M logo here at the bottom. It's a ZF 8-speed transmission, which gives you the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Your shifter is down here. Down here you can go through all of your different modes, put it in Eco, so if I come here, Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro, all the way to the top, Sport Plus. Your heads up, your screen over here. Dual zone climate control with heated seats. Harman Kardon stereo system. All in all, just a really nice place to be. What I really like is the coral red seats. This is one of my favorite combinations on any BMW, is the coral red interior and the alpine white exterior. I would give this interior an excellent rating. So if I step into the back of the car like this, I have plenty of leg room. I'm not the tallest person in the world, but I mean, back here is really comfortable. I love the leather in this car. this down. Nice cup holders right there. It's a pretty, it's a pretty comfortable car to be in. I mean, you can fit plenty of stuff in here. Got a charger port right there, air conditioning, your air con, Harman Kardon stereo system. That's my filming bag right there. But this is one of the nicer BMW interiors that I've filmed. So we're approaching some curves now. We'll see how it does. This car comes stock with run flats, but the owner put Michelin Pilot Super Sports on it. You can really feel the grip from those tires. Fantastic tire. Powers out of the curves very nicely. So the owner of this car fitted the Burger JB Plus tune on it, and it brings the power up to around 380 at the wheels. So that's a pretty significant increase of power from the stock car. And you really feel that. Being that it has the ZF 8-speed, I've driven a lot of dual clutches, but this is one of the first ZF 8-speeds that I've driven. I mean, downshifting time is pretty much instantaneous, which is pretty impressive. And you really feel the power come on. So if I'm in third gear right now, 3,500 RPM, put my foot down, I mean, it builds the power extremely nicely. And another thing what I enjoy about this is that the power seems like it's very linear. As you go faster, the tune works really well with the power, and it just feels really good. A lot of cars, when you put a tune on them, or another thing to increase the power, it's really abrupt, but I feel like this tune works really nicely with the power band that is already pre-existing with this car. So we'll do another pull here. 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. Wow. It goes. That was about, that was 25 miles an hour right there. Yep. Brakes are really nice on this car. Additionally, it has the M Sport wheels, which look really good. I don't know if the camera picks up on this audio, but when you downshift from a higher RPM, especially down into 2nd and 3rd gear, you can hear the exhaust kind of, you know, it makes pops and bangs. It sounds good. Prior to filming this video, I was reading a lot of articles about it online, and a lot of people were saying that with the tune and other performance upgrade aspects, this car is like, you know, the sleeper. And I was hesitant about that because a lot of people online say, oh, you know, my car's the fastest, my car does this, my car does that. But coming out of the M3, see, give it a nice blast. Coming out of the M3, which I just filmed, which is my latest video, I'll link it in the description. This honestly feels like the M3. I mean, it's been a couple weeks since I drove that car, but I mean, for a quote-unquote normal car that you could drive every day, this thing is awesome. I mean, it makes incredible power. It's more power than you would ever need in a daily driver, and I'm really enjoying it. So say that I've come to a stop sign and I can't see what's on the side of me for whatever reason. What's really cool is they have this button down here that you press, and it gives you the views from your right and left side of the car in case your vision was blocked. And it's just an awesome safety feature that you have so you can see. So the brakes on this car are a lot bigger than the standard ones. A lot of good stopping power, bigger rotors, good bite, have a really good feeling when you're braking hard. They're not as abrupt as the M brake calipers, the ones that you'll see on the M3 that are blue. Those have a really hard bite, especially ones that are the carbon ceramics, but for an everyday use, it has a really, really good feeling on the pedal and really good when you're stopping hard. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you at the next one. Peace.